Now Allah says, فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. In their hearts, there's a disease. Because when you say, مَا يَشْعُرُونَ, they have no sense, they have no realization, they have no feeling. All of these are meanings of shu'ur. To feel something, to sense something. And actually our masha'ir and our shu'ur includes things like fear, shame, guilt. All of those are masha'ir. And those feelings are where? In the heart. So when Allah says they have no realization, then immediately the question arises, how can they have not any realization? Don't they have hearts? And the answer comes immediately, eloquently in the Quran, فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. They have a disease in their hearts. When you have a disease in your heart, like, for example, some people have a disease and their senses die out in some parts of their skin. There are people who have had kind of surgeries in some part of their bodies. They can touch it, poke it. I don't feel anything. This is مَا يَشْعُرُونَ. Allah says, فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. In their hearts there's a disease. The first disease is that which keeps them from realizing anything. Others argue if you keep track of the ayat, the first disease mentioned in these ayat was raib. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. So their ultimate disease they have is they're doubtful. They're not even sure about this Islam thing. That's the disease they allowed to foster inside of themselves. The other beauty of this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jal didn't say فِي صُدُورِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. He said فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. There's a big difference between sudur and qulub. Let me explain that to you. I think most of you know Surah An-Nas. الَّذِي يُوَسْوِسُ فِي صُدُورِ النَّاسِ. We don't say الَّذِي يُوَسْوِسُ فِي قُلُوبِ النَّاسِ. If it said قُلُوبِ النَّاسِ, you would have translated the one who whispers in the hearts of people. That's not what it says. It says the one who whispers in the chests of people. Now there's a difference between the heart and the chest. The chest is actually a dharf, it's a place. The treasure inside this place is the heart. Shaitan has access not to your heart. Shaitan has access to your chest. Think of the heart as your home. And think of the chest as the fence around your home, the front porch, the backyard. Shaitan has access to your property, but he can't walk in until you open the door. The heart is your home, and that's locked. You can't let him in. But he will come and knock. Hey, you want to listen to something? Hey, I got something for you. Our job is to sense when shaitan is knocking on our hearts. Because he's close, he's in the chest. He is in the chest. And he will whisper in the chest. And when someone's knocking on the outside, can it be heard inside? Yeah. And the thing is, sometimes when people knock, you can shoo them away, and sometimes people knock and what happens? You open the door. If you open the door enough times, he moves in. And when an outsider moves in, they start redecorating the place. You understand that, right? And so what happens is, if you don't let him in, you have your own sense of what is beautiful. You have your own sense of what is good and what is not, which colors are nice, what furniture is nice. But when you let the intruder move in, you come one day and the walls are pink and the furniture is green, and all the plates are purple. And what just happened here? Well, this is my taste. This is what I like. He's turned the kitchen into a living room and the bathroom into a guest room, and you're like, what is going on here? Why am I telling you this? Because if you let shaitan inside of your heart, inside of that home, then what used to be beautiful becomes ugly, and what used to be ugly becomes beautiful. And that's why Allah says, وَزَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الشَّيْطَانُ أَعْمَالَهُم. Shaitan beautified their deeds for them. Shaitan cannot make anything ugly beautiful to you until he is where? Inside of your hearts. Now Allah says here, فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. In their hearts there's a disease. This is a problem. Because it's not limited outside to the chest, now it's made its way into the heart. Now if an intruder comes into your heart, into your home, what are you supposed to do? As soon as you realize this was a bad idea, you're supposed to kick him out. So sometimes we do listen to shaitan, don't we? Sometimes we do open the door. And the moment your realization hits you, what should you do? أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. You seek refuge, you kick him out. You push him away. That's what you're supposed to do. But if you allow him to stay in, and you allow him to cook his way, and you allow him to stink up the place, then you know what? You're going to start getting sick. So now there's a disease inside of their hearts. The thing is though, Allah empowered every single human being. إِنَّ عِبَادِي لَيْسَ لَكَ عَلَيْهِمْ سُلْطَانٌ. Shaitan was told to his face, my slaves, you will have no authority over them. He cannot force his way into your heart, and he cannot force his way to stay. The moment you say get out, he has to get out. So if you let him in, and you let him stay, that's not because he has control, it's because you never kicked him out. Allah gave you every tool possible to kick him out. Just say A'udhu Billah. Just make istighfar. He'll be gone. But you refuse to do it. And when you refuse to do it, Allah says, fine, have it your way. I'll let you keep going. فَزَادَهُمُ اللَّهُ مَرَضًا. Allah let them increase in their disease. You want to listen to shaitan? Go ahead, listen some more. Go ahead, let's invite all his clergy in Don't just get one shaitan, get shayateen, get a party going. Let them all in, and let them do so much damage inside of your heart that even in the month of Ramadan, when the shayateen, what happens to them? They're chained. They've done such a redecoration inside of you that you're operating as though he's still there. He's autopilot. Shaitan's not there, but you're doing his work anyway. Because they're shayateen al-insi wal-jinn. You ever wonder why Allah says they're shayateen, they're devils of the human beings and the jinn? They're devils that are jinn, obviously. But how can devils be human? You know the human beings who let shaitan inside and let him stay for a long time? They become them. They convert. They just become shayateen. Subhanallah.